Hey all, and this is the Frontier Feud event. This is a Water Slayer event and Beast Killer. So I have a few decent teams this time around. My main hitting team is the team you can see here. This will take care of umbral bosses, but it's only really suitable on locked bosses or bosses no one else is really hitting. Then one for the ultimates. I won't be playing ultimates too much. I don't really like Slayer, so I probably won't be focusing too much on the event at all. I might be able to stay in Legends though with these teams, you never know. Then just a Commander team that might be useful for the guild bosses or weaker solo bosses. So we'll start with this team. It's not an especially effective team. One thing I could do with this team is swap one of the cards for Metaverse Masters. So something like this. This should work a bit better than what I had originally. So this should be able to take care of up until about Corellium and damage Radiant from left to right. Holiday Saints cleanses one debuff from all Water Slayers, gives the next Water hero to activate their battle skill a 500% damage buff. Always a very good card. Metaverse Masters. You've all seen this one used many times before. Gives the next hero to use their battle skill a 150% damage buff. Then Sovereigns of the Dance, boosted up by the previous two cards. Plus increases self-damage by 300% for one turn. Easily one of my best Water Slayer cards. Still use that a lot, even not in Water Slayer events. Valhalla's Vanguard. This is pretty decent actually. It has the ambush that fills the board with power gems. One of my better Water Slayer cards. I'm putting it on this team. Then finally, Masters of the Valiants. Unfortunately, I don't have anything more modern than this as a Water Slayer Beast Killer card, so I kind of have to use this. The battle skill doesn't really do a lot, just creates a few power gems, so nothing too exciting there. But that's what the team looks like anyway. Not my best team, but it's okay, I guess. And then we have the relics, starting with the relic here. This is just one of my better Water Slayer relics. Again, similar. I haven't actually broken shields with this team. I know that might sound strange, but if I try and break shields, there's not enough water gems at the start to really do anything, so yeah, it makes the team a lot weaker, but this was only really to level up my solo bosses and for bosses up until Corellium. But anyway, that's enough of that team. Let's scroll across to this team, my main hitting team. Right, so from left to right. So again, Masters of the Valiants. Not a good card, but I don't have anything better. If I did have the event ultimate form though, it does have a decent damage buff on it, and that would help this team out significantly, maybe even allowing me to do 300Q or higher. High Performance Unit Area. This is used to get supercharged up when the enemy attacks. This is used to help boost up Sovereigns of the Dance since it's Immortal Killer. Then similar to the previous setup, Holiday Saints and Metaverse Masters both used to try and boost up Sovereigns of the Dance. So yeah, it's pretty similar to the previous team. The way to use this team is use area when the enemy attacks, then go 3, 4, 5, 1. I think that's the best order anyway in testing. But anyway, here's the relics. So we have a Dark Commander relic. This breaks 3 beast shields plus 1 per Dark Commander ultimate hero on the team. So 4 shields since Metaverse is on the team. Then just 1 more to break the 4 shields. That's enough for the Umbrals. Doesn't really matter about using off-colour relics with this team, since Metaverse Masters actually spawns some blue gems as well. It's kind of strange. But yeah, I could just put anything as the last 3 relics. I do like using Cater's bow actually. That's why it's on the team. It has that percentage increase to attack. Then one more relic here to finish off the team. There we go. So a good team. The main thing that's important with this team, if you want to do big damage, is the 5 times awakening on Sovereigns of the Dance. That would increase the damage by a huge amount. Plus, you've probably all already seen, but there is mana in the collection, so you should be able to get a few levels of awakening on that card from the collection alone. Then for the ultimates, it's just a variant of the previous team. All off-colour relics this time around, all relics that break the shields. So how many shields am I breaking? Well, that's 3 plus 1, so that's 4. Then another 4. Then another 3, so that's 11 in total so far. Another 3, that's 14. And then another 3, so that's 17 shields in total being broken there. So not too bad for the ultimates, but I don't really want to focus too much on this event or on the ultimates, as they are really boring if I'm being honest. Then we go across to here to my Water Commander deck. Nothing too exciting about this deck. What I should be doing though with this deck is putting, we scroll down, you've already seen this card, Holiday Saints on the team. Swap out one of those cards for Holiday Saints to get a better boost on Uprising Coven. So there we go, something like that would work. I could also put Metaverse Masters on the team if I wanted to use a Water Commander deck. You can see here, Holiday Saints is for any water hero. It doesn't have to be a Slayer hero. It makes it a very good card even for Commander. I've not seen too many other options if I'm being honest. If you're struggling for ideas, just try cards with attack or damage boosts. If we go back, this is the main sort of combination everyone's using. Players who have the event ultimate form are replacing the far left card, Masters of the Valiance, with the event ultimate form. It's going to be quite a difficult event though, with all the glitching up, which you're about to see in the next part of the video when I take on some bosses. Alright, so here's the actual event. This time around it's rather glitchy, so do be careful. Hopefully they'll fix this later on. So I have a multi-boss on the screen right now. I have a Radiant. I have 2 ultimates as well. I don't know how I've managed to get 2 ultimates, so I think let's just work through the bosses as they are, starting with the Radiant. So I do want to prestige up to Umbrals, but a Radiant is good enough to show you my team. This has Might, the other boss has Zombie this time around, so I'll just go ahead and lock this, then take on the boss. Right, so here we go. Right, so this is a pretty straightforward team to use. It's similar to what I've used in previous videos as well. Very first turn, use Metaverse Masters, then try and match the water gems, like so. Pay attention to the turn counter. When the turn counter is on 1 like this, use High Performance Units area. That gets supercharged up. Then go 3, 4, 5, 1. Yeah, pretty easy. Hopefully it will work. We will see in a minute though. It should do. It's doing around 110 Q on average. You just match the highest 2 power gems like that. Yeah, that's actually really good damage. 163 Q on Dancers of the Departed. So you can see that's enough to take care of the Umbrals. The problem is, it's only really suitable for locked bosses. Oh, it's glitching up again as well. Right, anyway. Oh, yeah, okay. A Carillium spawned. We have the Multiboss though. So multi-bosses don't have too much health, but every time you defeat a level of the boss, you have to use a different team, so I'm not really sure what to do here. I think that's 400 and... Is that 486Q? I hope not. Just trying to work out the health on the boss. Let's see what happens if I hit it with my fire team. I know this sounds strange, but let's see what happens. The problem is I don't want to use my water team on the first level of this boss. Otherwise I won't be able to use it again. So let's see what this does. I don't think this will do too much damage to the boss, but it'll be interesting to see. I think that may well be 486Q on the boss. Oh no, it's not. 486 trillion. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, I was getting worried there. I was like, how am I supposed to defeat this with my teams that I have if it's got 486Q? But yeah, after I've used my fire team, I'll just go across to a different commander deck, take on the next level with that. Then again, another commander deck for the next level. Then just repeat the process like that. I think that's the best way to take care of these bosses. But at the Radiant or Umbral level, I think it's going to be a completely different game and a lot harder. But this is okay, Corellium level. The health isn't too bad. I can deal with this using a commander deck. So there's the trophies anyway. And now you can see this team has been completely locked out. So what I need to do is find a different team like this, then hit the next one like so. So yeah, they're not as bad as they first look, I guess. You just have to make sure you've sort of prepared in advance with a bunch of teams, or just use any teams you have. I think I've used this in completely the wrong order, unfortunately, but should hopefully still defeat the boss. I'm not sure why it's in that order. I meant to use Metaverse, then Lost Covenant. Yeah, still taking care of the boss in one hit, so I'll go ahead and try another team for the next boss. What should I use now? Let's have a look. Well, the bounty team's not going to do much. Dark, Fire, Event team I don't want to use yet. Oh, Metaverse is out from that team. Let's go and hit it with a light team. Right, well, this should be interesting anyway. But you can see the general strategy for these bosses. Just go through your teams and use whatever you think might work. The health on the bosses is not exactly high, so most of your teams should work on these bosses. Well, at least at Corellium level anyway. At the higher levels, I think it's going to be considerably harder. Yeah, this time around, it's not as easy. The damage is not very good on this team, actually, if I'm being honest. This isn't a very good team. I think this was just made up as an experimental team for one of the previous events. But yeah, you're getting the idea of how to defeat these bosses. Just go through your teams and use whatever you think is suitable. In this instance, this team's not really suitable, but it was worth using and giving a try anyway. It will take care of the boss, it's just going to take a bit longer. Then for the final levels, I could probably use my water team, and then probably a water commander team maybe, for the final level? Not sure yet. But yeah, you got the idea behind these bosses anyway. If you have 5 different colour Slayer teams, I think that would be the way to do it. Commander teams are not the best option, I don't think. But yeah, the health on these bosses is not exactly high, so you should be able to use some strange teams and defeat them relatively easily. That's always good. Yeah, there we go, defeated the boss. And now, go on, let's use a water team for this one. I should be able to one key this level with the water team. Yeah, this one should be really easy. And then just one more multi-boss. I need to find a team for the last level. You've seen though, even a light commander deck was able to take care of this, so shouldn't have too many problems. I think the umbral level of this though is going to be really difficult, so do have to be a bit careful there. This is easy though. Corellium level anyway. What have we got? What have we got? Well, that might work. Oh crikey, all my teams are gone now. Should I try that? Yeah, go on. No idea if this one will work. There's no killer skill, so I don't think this is going to go very well. This doesn't do any damage, I'll just use a different team. Okay, that's not going to kill it. Right, I'll find something else. You can see here all the cards are still usable though, as I didn't actually defeat the enemy with that team. So let's see what I've got. Earth team might work. That team looks fresh. Let's try, yeah, Earth against Fire. I'm hoping this will work as well. This team is actually pretty decent, even though it's Earth against Fire, which is kind of a strange thing to try. Let's give it a go anyway. It's got the killer skill and the 0 on the shield, so that's always good. Yeah, we'll defeat it. It's just going to take a bit of time. So let's skip on ahead a bit. There we go. I did actually start again with the battle, as Zombie was slowing things down a lot here. So here we go. Let's hopefully finish off the boss with this attack. It should do. But there we go. That's a multi-boss defeated. It's a strange idea. It sort of works. It sort of doesn't. They're worth defeating as the trophies are decent, but yeah, I don't really like the idea of making all those teams. Crikey, it's lagging up now. Lagging up really badly. What is going on here? What on earth is going on? Yeah, this is what I mean by the game glitching up. It's an absolute mess at the moment. All these guild bosses that have not disappeared off the screen. I don't dare press anything. I'm going to anyway to see what happens. You can see the bosses disappear really quickly, but then, yeah, it's a mess, basically. Please fix this. I don't know why this is happening like this. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go across to these ultimates. Yeah, I'm kind of having a few problems here. Oh, there we go. It took a few goes. Can I claim it? Maybe. Ah, there we go. Now, can I claim the level 2 boss? Yeah, it's letting me claim them now. There we go. When I pressed the ultimate before, it started flashing and then wouldn't let me claim it, so I had to go in and out of the screen. There should be another ultimate here now. So I'm not going to be focusing too much on these during the event. I'm going to use my Water Ultimates team for this though. So let's give this a go, see how well I do with this team. Right. So this should be pretty easy at this level. You can see all the relics for this team are just ones to break the shields. And after you use Metaverse Masters, it all converts like that. So, yeah, this is a good team for the ultimates. You have to be a bit careful, though, as the countdown timer on the enemy boss attack starts at 1 rather than 2. On normal Slayer bosses, it starts at 2. Zombies also really annoying with that effect, as you can see. Iria should remove that. Yeah, there we go. Now what you can do, similar to Commander, if you don't want to fight the next level of ultimate yet, what you can do is pause the game just as you hit the boss like that, quit out, and then the boss will go into the state you can see here, unclaimed, and that's what I did with the previous 2 levels of boss. I left them unclaimed. If it times out, then you don't get an ultimate for a while. At least last event I didn't. I only saw the 1 ultimate near the start of the event, then not many others spawned, unfortunately. So yeah, I did finally prestige, and now we have a much harder multi-boss on the screen. I just want to have a quick look at this. I'm not actually going to defeat it. Well, not all the levels anyway. But yeah, that's what it looks like. 6.7 Q. So yeah, it's probably going to be quite difficult to get through 5 levels unless you have a variety of teams. Should be quite interesting though to try. Go on, I'll give it a go. I'm sure I can take out the first level at least with this team. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I should be able to defeat this without too many problems. After this though, I probably won't be able to defeat another level easily unless I make up some proper teams. So I think I'll just take out this 1 level, then leave it. Oh, it just sort of stopped then, didn't it? It's okay, it's not crashed. I was kind of expecting it to crash there. Right, and then just go 3, 4, 5, 1. This should be easy. Then after this, I'd have to use a commander deck or something like that, but I don't want to do any more levels of this. You've already seen multi-bosses in action. I don't know if there's an Umbral multi-boss as well after this, but yeah, this is what the Radiant multi-boss looks like. Not super difficult, but you're going to need to think about your teams for this, that's for sure. Right, so let's get out of that and scroll to the top and do the event rewards. Oh my goodness, yeah, it all sort of disappeared there. Is this even working properly now? Oh no, of course not. Yeah, you can see it's just glitching all over the place. There's 5 guild bosses now when there's only supposed to be 4. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not even going to ask. Anyway, here's the event collection. This time around it's mana, which some players will say is good, some players will say it's bad. I personally like mana, I need mana, so I'm reasonably happy with this collection. It's definitely better than gold, that's for sure. We've had gold before, hopefully we'll never have gold again. There we go, that's that claimed, as long as it doesn't die on me as I try and claim it. There we go, let's get out of here. There is also a multi-boss leaderboard. I'm just going to have a very quick look at this. Right, so that's where I am so far. I'm in gold. I'm quite surprised by that. So what do you get for finishing in gold? You get core crates. Yeah, you need to get top 5 in order to get anything really worthwhile here. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be focusing too much on the multi-boss feature of the event, if I'm being honest. And let's go ahead and claim this while I'm here. What am I going to get? Let's find out. Okay, I think that's the main hero from this deck. So if somehow I manage to get the deck, I don't know how I would be able to claim the shiny as well. And let's have a quick look at what it is this time around. I am in Legends, as I think I already mentioned. I don't know if I will stay in Legends, but it is a Fire Warden, so it could be useful for my defense team. Especially with Weaken. Yeah, that's a really good defender skill, actually. I don't think I will get more than 2 copies of the Warden, though, and probably both in 4 stars. But yeah, I'm liking Weaken and might consider working on this for my defence just because of that. Not sure yet though. So let's have a look at the news feed, then the actual event ultimate form to finish off this video. We have the Dragoon Pass. This is for the spending players, if you like your Dragoons. I won't talk too much about that. Then the Multibosses are mentioned here. Yeah, you've already seen me take on the Multibosses. They're definitely interesting, but I don't really think they work. And to be honest, I think they should probably be binned. It's too complicated to make up so many different teams for each event. And the multi-boss competition, you can see there, you have to finish too high in order to get anything decent. So again, not really worth my time. Then the event ultimate form, if we go in here, it looks like this. Frontier Titans increases Water Slayer damage by 130%. That's the main selling feature of this deck. So if you were going to get this deck, that would be the reason to get it, I think. Right, and let's go into here. Out of the two individual cards, the only card that really has any use is the one with the damage buff on it. If you can't get both of the cards, you may want to consider this, since it doesn't really create too many power gems, the event ultimate form. So yeah, don't get the Master Hero. It only creates the power gems. You can see here, that's all it does. Just creates power gems, then a few more power gems at the start of each turn. You either want the ultimate form or you want the Ultra Hero as a support damage increaser for this deck. The Master Hero on its own is completely useless, but that's just my opinion. This is a support ultimate form, so to speak. It's used to boost up other cards and not to hit for damage by itself. Hopefully that made sense. And there we go. I think we're going to end this video at this point. I hope that was helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. I would recommend everyone opens a support ticket regarding the glitching up. It does make it almost unplayable at times, unfortunately. If you did enjoy this video, giving it a like and subscribing is always appreciated. Thank you to those that have already subscribed. We have the previous week's event video on the screen. You can also subscribe from here and check out a playlist with all my legendary Game of Heroes videos in. And thanks for watching.